Welcome everybody, welcome back to Homestead Hearts. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, week, month. And it's almost the end of the year. Well, it is the end of the year. We only have a few more days remaining in 2023, right? But anyway, you all, I hope everyone is doing well. And I hope that so far you have all been enjoying your families and your friends over this holiday season. Now, you all, I'm going to go right into this. I'm going to go ahead and answer questions, a couple of questions that I get regarding canning jars. Now, one thing I can say is that I know I've talked about this before, but I don't think I've ever done a video where I'm specifically talking about this topic. In fact, I'm going to do two separate videos so that they can have their own individual name and topic, and that way I can add those videos to our canning playlist, whether it be pressure canning or water bath canning. I can add them to our canning playlist, and they will always be there so that new canners can go and have a look as well. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get to it. Mrs. H, please, what canning jar do you recommend that we use or we start using, or which one should we buy first? I'm new to canning and they got all these different jars and I just don't know what should I be buying first. This is just overwhelming. I don't know where to start. Okay, that is a very good question when you're new to canning, because canning can be overwhelming when you're new, right? You see a canning aisle in some stores and you just look at all this stuff and you're like, what am I supposed to be getting? What am I supposed to do? Where do I start, right? So you all, let me go ahead first and help you with it. Now, if you are new to canning, before I tell you which jars I would recommend, I'm going to tell you this, right? Jars are going to come in all shapes and sizes. Well, they used to. They used to. They're not making some jars anymore. And I really feel bad about that. I don't know why, because some of them were some of my favorite jars, right? But your standard jars for canning, you can still find those, right? And that's going to be either your pint-sized jar or your quart-sized jar, right? See the difference? So you will always be able to find the pint-sized jar or the quart-sized jar when you go into a store to purchase your jars, right? But they also come with a regular mouth and a wide mouth, right? Well, what are you talking about? Okay, a regular mouth jar is a jar with a small mouth on it, okay? Very small. And a wide mouth jar, see the difference? Hopefully you could see the difference. The wide mouth jar is smaller. See that? See that? The wide mouth jar is smaller. All right? Regular mouth, wider mouth, okay? All right, so now, Mrs. H, well, with that being said, which jar should I choose? Should I choose a regular mouth jar or should I choose a wide mouth jar? All right, you all. So when it comes to choosing the jar size, I'm not going to say, well, only buy regular mouth or only buy wide mouth jars. I'm going to say it's good to have a variety, unless you just decide that all you want is wide mouth. Why would you just choose wide mouth jars only? For one reason, in my opinion, they're easy to clean, right? They're so much easier to clean than a regular mouth jar. With a regular mouth, I can't get my hand, see that? I can't get my hands are not that big, right? I can't get my hand in this jar, right? If I wanted to go in and actually just scrub the inside with a brush and with my hand, I can't use my hand for that. So I have to use a brush, kind of like a baby bottle brush with the long handle on it, where you can get it down in the jar and really clean and scrub the inside of the jar, right? The downside to the regular mouth is not just that they're hard to clean, but if you're canning something like meats, something like this with a lot of fat in it, and you can't get your hand down in there to really scrub that jar, that would be the downside right there, right? But if I was using the wide mouth jar, I could get my whole hand in this jar, right? And I could really get in there and scrub and clean and make sure that there's no grease or anything like that remaining inside of this jar once I open foods that I have prepared, right? Okay, now for things that are easy to clean, the regular mouth jar is a good choice. Number one, regular mouth jars are less expensive than wide mouth jars, okay? Your wider mouths are going to be a little bit more expensive than the regular mouth jars to begin with, okay? So if you're looking at price, regular mouth jars are less expensive. But if you're canning something simple like carrots, this is easy to clean. Once I pour this out, look, once I pour this out of the jar, I can put my brush in here with some hot soapy water and clean that out fairly easy. Yes, I can. Not so much with fats, okay? So, why would I choose a wide mouth? Me personally, I use my wide mouths for everything that's going to be difficult to clean, right? Chicken, fish, what else do I have in here? Turkey, which is what this is. Now, the only thing about this is some homemade turkey sausage that I made, right? We grounded up our turkey and I seasoned it like a sausage and refrigerated it for a few days just to give the flavors a chance to come together, right? To just hold hands. And then I canned it. But I put it in a pint-sized jar. Why? Because this is a shorter jar. So this jar is not going to be that difficult for me to clean, even though it's a regular mouth pint-sized jar. It's very short. So although I can't get my hand all the, down in this jar, it's easier for me to get a towel or a brush in here. And with the extension, I can maneuver it easy, right? Just having that extra few inches on the brush or the towel, I can maneuver it easy to clean my pint-sized jars, okay? So it depends on really what you want, okay? So for me, meats and soups, things that's gonna have meat in it, difficult to clean, I'm gonna more than likely go with my wide mouth jars, okay? Simple things, easy things to clean, I will go with my regular mouth jars, all right? All right, so now, if you're keeping in mind, you're probably gonna pay $1 plus more for your wide mouth. If your regular mouths are 11 something, you're going to easily pay nearly 13 for this. And I'm just kind of guesstimating the prices of jars because I know those prices are different depending on where you're located. Some cases are $17, $18 a case, depending on where you are, right? But in any case, you're going to pay $1.50 or even higher for a wide mouth than you would for the regular mouth, okay? Now, when it comes to lids for these, I'm going to always suggest, because someone suggested it to me, for every case of jars that you purchase 2 boxes of lids to go along with that jar. You don't want to be in a situation where you've bought all of these jars and now something happens and it's very difficult to find the lids to fit your jars. I know about that firsthand. And if you were canning in 2020 and you didn't have a lot of lids and you still had harvest to put away, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So for every case of jars that you buy, if you buy 2 cases, one regular, one wide, then purchase 2 boxes of lids for your regular and 2 boxes for your wide. That'll just make sure that you have plenty of lids to cover you when you need to reuse these jars, okay? All right, you all. So that's pretty much it. Which jars do I prefer? I prefer a mixture of both, depending on what I'm going to be doing. Meats and stuff, I'm going to pretty much always go for wide mouth jars. And everything else that's easy, I will go for regular mouth jars. Even when it comes to jams and jellies, it's a regular mouth jars because these jars are easy to clean. When you put jelly in them, you could literally put some hot water in these jars and just let them sit for a little bit, and it will loosen all of that up and make it easy for you to clean it after. So these don't take a lot to clean for jams and jellies, okay? All right, so y'all, that's gonna do it. I do have some canning to do today. I'm actually getting ready to can some more buffalo wings. This is a 1.5 pint size jar, and it is a wide mouth. 1.5 pints only come in a wide mouth. The unfortunate thing is they are so hard to find. And this was always one of my favorite right here for canning meats, but they are so hard to find. So I'm having to be, gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having to be real picky about what meats I put in these jars now, right? So for your 1.5 pints, that's what they look like. Not a quart, but a 1.5 pints. These are one of my favorite jars right here. But inside is some buffalo wings. And I'm getting ready to can up some more buffalo wings, you all. And yes, I'm going to take y'all along with me. When I do that, I have to make my sauce first. And then I'm going to can up my buffalo wings. Oh, it's going to be so good. So y'all stay tuned for that. So that's going to do it for this video. If you haven't done so already, give our video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos we upload to our channel. Thank you all again for watching Homestead Heart. I hope you found this helpful. I really do. And if you're not canning, I hope that you are encouraged enough so that you will go ahead and start canning, all right? Peace and blessings to each and every one of you, and I'm going to see y'all in the very next video.